Today, we get a chance to check out the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3. It's part of the whole Flip line, and that's got to be one of my favorite folding screen phones on the market right now. This is the older Flip 2, which I have been using for more than a year now. I absolutely love. So we're going to have a look at some of the differences and what's new in the new Flip 3 phone. If you do like our videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification button to know when we get new videos coming out, because we're always reviewing the latest in smartphones, and especially the Samsung line. So John, you've had a chance to kind of test both of these out a little bit. Very similar in size.
Very similar.
In many ways.
There's a lot of striking differences though. The main thing that I really like about the new 3 is the corners are all rounded now and smoothed off.
Yeah.
Right? So this one is definitely more rounded and a little hard to hold in your hand because it felt slippery. This feels more natural because it's more grippable, if that's a word.
It is now.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's all kind of glass now everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know if that's glass or a coating. This just feels like it's some kind of metal.
Yeah.
But even with it are closed, if we just get they have the little screens on the side of them here.
They're awesome.
Yeah. So this is the Flip 2. Little screen there, a little selfie camera, right? So we can do that, take a photo. Compared to this though.
It's giant. So this one is 1.1 inch, this is 1.9, almost 2 inches in size.
This feels like 3 times the size though. Like
it is glorious though. Like I love it now for taking little selfies, but also you can get other widgets, notifications, and when you're not using it, just even the time comes up on it. So it just makes it handy just to even have it closed a lot of the time, which is kind of a cool feature, I think.
Yeah, no, it really makes a big difference. And it's a surprising difference too, because I think a lot of people would be fine with, I just get to close it, right? That satisfaction of snapping it, but it actually has something useful on this part, right? Exactly. Especially for taking selfies, you don't have to unfold it, so it's a much more stable grip in your hand, but it still is nice and small.
I love it because it's such a nice form factor for sticking in my pocket. As a man, it's nice not to have like a giant brick in your pocket, because the phones have gotten pretty big now. But when you do unfold it, the nice part is that it's like a regular size flagship smartphone now.
Yeah.
Right? You're not really having too thick of a phone or anything like that. It just seems like a normal phone. And the screen is beautiful on this particular model as well, which is a nice feature on it. Much like the Fold 3 phone, this has a water resistance rating now as well.
IPX8.
Which is fantastic. And they're using Gorilla Glass Invictus on this screen for the overall durability. So they just keep making them better and better. As far as the durability is concerned, having that water resistance is, I think, a super important thing. I think every phone should have that now. It'll save a lot of heartache because we inevitably always drop these things in some water somewhere. The big story, John, for me is the price point. So on the new Fold 3, they have got this to the $1,000 price point in the US, and I think $1,259 Canadian?
$1,259 or $69 Canadian,
yeah. That is the sweet spot for me. I mean, they can always make it cheaper, right?
It's in the ballpark.
A cheaper one.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking to get a really good phone, like, the latest Samsung S21 or an iPhone 12, this is right in that price point.
But it has a cool factor to it, though. Right?
Oh, John, it does. Like when I take my Fold 2 out and I'm in a restaurant or a bar and I open that thing up, everyone always is looking at it and wants to see it.
Yeah.
And this makes it just so much more practical with that screen on the front here now. So I love having that large 1.9 inch screen to be able to take the photos and just get all my notifications on it as well.
It was really interesting too. Samsung really, I think, dialed into who the audience for this phone is by making a lot of really interesting accessories for it. So you have little clips and hangers and lanyard attachment points, and even like a little nylon sleeve that you can slide your fingers into. So kind of like a pop socket, but it's sort of part of the case for it. And unfortunately, we didn't get any of those to play with, but they look great. They come in lots of different colors. This comes in a lot of different colors as well.
Yes. John, with the cases, I feel this is a time when Samsung has really kind of been on the front end of a kind of a trend. You know, with Apple, they're always into fashion now with their watches and the different types of cases they've done over the years. You know, when I saw the available cases for the Flip, I thought, bam, they got this nailed. I think they could really create some sort of fashion thing with that.
Well, especially from out of the gate, because normally you get a couple choices, but they're all kind of like more of the same.
Yeah.
There's a huge variety now, and they're coming from Samsung directly too. So that just gives a lot more options for people to accessorize and mix and match the colors, you know, that type of thing. I do love that green is like throughout their line right now too. I'll just keep saying that.
They've got some great colors, you know, cream, lavender, green, I think is another one. It's interesting though with the form factor too, John. You know, obviously you can fold it, it can be fully open, but there are a lot of apps now that are supporting kind of the half fold here. I've got it in the camera mode here, but YouTube and I think Spotify is another app that has the fold capability here. So this is great for doing things like video conferencing and stuff as well. So you can just kind of have it folded right in front of you. You don't have to worry about a stand or anything like that.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and they've done a really good job of sort of fixing their One UI so that it actually works really well with a lot of different apps now. So you can actually take advantage of that strange configuration options that you get from having a screen that folds. And you know, there's a tipping point when you're folding it as to when it decides to like, okay, I'm going to give you a smaller screen for your camera view, but then you still have the bottom available to do other controls and that type of thing, which is cool.
So they have, I think, nailed it as far as the price point now. I think they've got it in kind of more of a mainstream price. Of course, it can always be lower, but I think it's finally at a point where it will be competitive against some of the other phones in the market.
You said the sweet spot in the US is $1,000,
yes,
right? And that's what it's at now. And you know, the Canadian exchange rate, not too bad. It's still in that realm of a flagship phone, although maybe an entry-level iPhone, for example. So. But I think we're on the right path. I think this is gonna fly off the shelf. I think people are gonna love this phone. Just having it for the short time that we've had it, we're all fighting over it. Like we all wanna play with it because it's so cool. And you know, it's similar tech to what we had before, but it's still even that much more cooler now.
So the only other thing that you'll want to check out, and you're probably going to be concerned about, is the overall durability of the folding screen phones. Again, follow our YouTube channel, and I suggest you check out the video I did on the previous versions of the Samsung folding screen phones after using them after a year, just to check out that whole durability argument. And again, make sure you do subscribe, check out those other Samsung videos, and hit that notification tab there to make sure that you get notified every time we have new videos. And we would love to hear what you think. Did they finally get it right with the price? Would you buy one? Tell us your thoughts.